Hello, dear traders. My name is Clara, and these are the main trading ideas for the current trading session. First of all, let's discuss the situation with the US dollar against the Canadian dollar. The US dollar is moving lower against the Canadian dollar during Friday's Asian session, after a two-day winning streak had lifted it to a nearly two-week high above 1.4100 on Thursday. Despite the pullback, the US dollar remains strong, supporting solid weekly gains. The US dollar index reached its highest level since late May, as expectations for another Federal Reserve interest rate cut faded. The delayed US Non-Farm Payroll report showed that the US economy added 119,000 jobs in September, above the 50,000 forecast, while the August figure was revised down to minus 4,000. This strong labor data eased concerns about a weakening U.S. job market, though the unemployment rate rose slightly from 4.3% to 4.4%. U.S. dollar bulls are pausing ahead of the weekend amid growing concerns over slowing U.S. economic momentum following the largest government shutdown in U.S. history. The Canadian dollar remains under pressure after soft domestic inflation data and continued crude oil selling, which limits the pair's downside potential. Market participants await Canada's monthly retail sales and U.S. preliminary purchasing managers' index for guidance. Comments from Federal Open Market Committee members and oil price movements may create short-term trading opportunities for the U.S. dollar against the Canadian dollar. The U.S. dollar is still near multi-month highs and is on track for strong weekly gains. Next, let's move on to the Australian dollar against the U.S. dollar. The Australian dollar is regaining ground against the U.S. dollar on Friday after two consecutive days of declines. The Australian dollar is moving higher, following the release of Australia's preliminary S&P Global Purchasing Managers Index figures. Australia's S&P Global Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index climbed to 51.6 in November, up from 49.7 previously. The Services Purchasing Managers Index rose to 52.7 from 52.5, while the Composite Purchasing Managers Index improved to 52.6 from 52.1. All three indicators suggest ongoing expansion in Australian economic activity. Reserve Bank of Australia. Assistant Governor Sarah Hunter noted on Thursday that economic growth consistently running above trend could trigger renewed inflationary pressures. She emphasized that monthly inflation readings tend to be volatile and that the central bank will not react to a single month of data. Hunter added that the Reserve Bank of Australia is closely monitoring labor market conditions to assess capacity constraints and evaluating how monetary policy effects may evolve over time. The Australian dollar is supported by expectations that the Reserve Bank of Australia will maintain a cautious stance. Minutes from the Reserve Bank's November meeting suggest policymakers may keep interest rates unchanged for an extended period if incoming data continues outperforming forecasts. Solid wage growth in the third quarter, last week's stronger-than-expected employment figures, and persistently elevated inflation have strengthened the view that the interest rate cut cycle is effectively over. Meanwhile, Australian Securities Exchange 30-day interbank cash rate futures showed that as of 18th November, the December 2025 contract traded at 96.41, implying only an 8% chance of the Reserve Bank of Australia cutting rates from 3.6% to 3.35% at the upcoming meeting. So, these are the main trading ideas for now. Thank you for your attention, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.